Hey, Taylor Rapp here from the LA Rams. Shout out to Steve Taylor, the real sports guy, and the honorary Ram. When Steve talks sports, you better listen. Thanks, Steve from the Rams, for your continued support and love. We are taking it all the way this year, but you already know that. Go Rams.
The return of the Sports Shop with the real sports guy starts now. Happy New Year, NFL. It's the brand new year for the NFL, and the trades are coming in. The free agency is rocking and rolling. Stick with me. I'm going to give you all the action. Make sure you like, you subscribe, and by all means, leave your comments. I'll dig in on all of that. But I'm going to get you up to date with what's going on. Breaking news. This is what took me long to get here, but we've got breaking news already, just right off the presses. Wow, so much going on. Von Miller goes to the Buffalo Bills on a 6-year, $120 million deal. 6 years, $120 million deal. Von Miller getting paid, man. Can't be mad at the guy. Can't be mad at him at all, man. Get your money, Von. Get your money. But I'm gonna give you all of the action that's coming in. It's coming in fast and it's furious. We're gonna give you a total breakdown of what we think and what I think. I'll do that at a later date. Probably Monday. I'll give you a great in-depth show on what's going on. But let's just start at the top. While we're talking about everything, let's start with extra. Read all about it. What are we gonna read about? Well, this guy. He's back, TB12. He comes back, and what does that do? Well, that catapults everything else, and it makes everybody else start to flip and try to scramble. Next thing to come back, this is going to be Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is starting to flirt around. We see Deshaun Watson going to everybody, every team not named the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So you got the Falcons, the Saints, the Panthers, all interested in their services, as well as the Browns. It's the next big quarterback to drop. The defending champions, the Los Angeles Rams, they just lost Von Miller. Man, that's kind of shaking me right now. I just got word of that. But they tried to take care of their in-house. And what they do, they signed Joe Noble to a 3-year, $47 million deal. They signed Brian Allen to a 3-year, $24 million deal. So Allen gets signed to remain the Rams. Noble gets signed, and then they signed Shelton Coleman to another 2-year deal. So the Rams are handling their business. What does the Cincinnati Bengals do? Well, the Bengals start to sign their own, and they start with signing B.J. Hill. They bring him in, and the one thing that they needed, and we all saw that in the Super Bowl, was they needed to get security. They needed to get security for Joe Burrow. Well, they started to do that. They got Alex Kappa. 4 years, he signed for $35 million. And then they go to New England, and they get the center from New England, Ted Karras. Karras signs a 3-year, $18 million deal. The biggest surprise thus far, it's got to be Randy Gregory. Randy Gregory flips from the Cowboys after he reportedly agreed to a 5-year, $70 million deal. He flips and goes to Denver. They say verbiage in the contract. Let me tell you what's really going on. Randy Gregory's had problems in Dallas since he's been there. We all know that. He's been suspended several times for use of marijuana. Texas, marijuana is illegal. It ain't in Denver, so he goes to Denver. Can't blame him. Things not looking well in Big D yet. They start to lose more players. Cedric Wilson leaves. He signs for big bucks. In Miami, he gets a 3-year deal, man, worth $22 million. And then they cripple him by signing Connor Williams. And we didn't even talk about Amari Cooper, who's gone to the Browns. But the Cowboys, man, you got some work to do. They were all in on Von Miller. That didn't happen. Man, a lot happening. It is happening fast and furious, man. I'm doing my best to keep it up. I got my phone to me, so if you hear the bings, man, my sources are dinging in, telling me what's going on. Another big signing, Chandler Jones. He leaves the Cardinals, and he signs a 3-year, $61 million deal to go to Las Vegas. So the Raiders get him, and the mass exodus continues in Arizona. Maybe there's something to this Kyler Murray deal. I mean, we've heard it. They did sign James Conner, but we see Hassan Reddick leave. We've seen Kirk leave. We've seen Chandler Jones leave. And the beat goes on. The beat continues to go on for the richest man thus far in this free agents. It's got to be J.C. Jackson. He's going to the Chargers on a 5-year, $82 million deal. 5 years, $82 million. Man. Backpedaling skills, man. Got to get your backpedaling skills on, man. A lot of money. Other winners in this. You got to look at what the Jacksonville Jaguars have done. Here in the story, they've signed a plethora of people. They get Brandon Sheriff. They're trying to upgrade their talent. We see that they've done that. They've got Brandon Sheriff. They get Foy Oluokun. They get Darius Williams, the cornerback from the Rams. Zay Jones, the wide receiver from Vegas. They get the wide receiver from the Cardinals, Christian Kirk. They get the tight end from you see where I'm going with this? They're overhauling their team. Man, something to watch out for. Watch out for the Jacksonville Jaguars. While we're watching out, hey, look, people, what about watching out for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Because they finally got a quarterback. They get their guy. They get Mitchell Trubisky. And they hope that he's not old to Mazda Mitch, that they hope he's Maserati Mitch. But I think that they did a good job. The best that they could get. The RPO is in effect for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Look for more of the RPO from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I've got a plethora of deals to get through, and we'll get through as many of them as we can. Let's start with the rich, as the rich continue to flow. J.C. Jackson, I said he got a deal worth 5 years, $82 million. Christian Kirk got one, 4 years, $72 million. Randy Gregory, 5 years, $70 million. Marcus Williams, he goes to Baltimore on a 5-year, $70 million deal. Brandon Sheriff, we talked about, he got $49 million for 3 years, as did Forsake Oluokun. Jacksonville loading up, man. Hassan Reddick returns home on a 3-year, $45 million deal. Larry Ogunjobi, 3 years, $40 million. Charvarius Ward, he goes to San Francisco on a 3-year, $40 million deal. Lakeland Tomlinson, he goes to the New York Jets, 3 years, $40 million. Alex Kappa, Cincinnati, 4 years, $35 million. DJ Reed, he goes to the Jets on a 3-year, $33 million deal. Man, Pete, the spending is on and popping right now. Russell Gage goes to Tampa Bay, 3 years, $30 million. DJ Jones goes to Denver, 3 years, $30 million. Marcus Moy, he goes to New Orleans on a 3-year, $28 million deal. Austin Corbett leaves the world champion Rams. He goes to Carolina, cashes in on a 3-year, $26 million deal. So does Sebastian Joseph Day. He goes to the Chargers on a 3-year, $24 million deal. CJ Uzama, he leaves the New York Jets. He goes to leaves the Cincinnati Bengals, going to the Jets for 3 years, $24 million. Zay Jones got 3 years, $24 million. Cedric Wilson, we talked about his 3-year, $22 million deal. Man, the beat goes on. Let's look at some notable free agents that kind of got looked over and are going to be available. Johnny Hekker, the Rams punter, he's available. Eric Flowers from Washington, he's been. Carl Nassib, the Vegas Raiders cut him today, and they release him, and that frees up $8 million on their salary cap. Cleveland lets go of their all-pro center, J.C. Tretter, freeing up $8 million on their salary cap. See where I'm going? The rich keeps getting richer. And we got Sports Shop breaking news. The Colts are acquiring Yannick Ngakoue from the Raiders in a trade that's going to include cornerback Rock Ya-Sin. So they're going to send Rock Ya-Sin, goes from the Colts to the Raiders. Breaking news. This is just coming in. I'm trying to keep up as fast as they come in, people. Make sure like and subscribe, man. Comment. I got a lot going on, but the biggest news of the day, it's got to be Von Miller going to the Buffalo Bills. Just in. It just happened. 6 years, 120 million. Man, you can't be mad at that. I mean, you got to get your money, but man, what could have been, what should have been. Let's go back and look at some more free agents. Morgan Moses goes to Baltimore on a 3-year, $15 million deal. Safety Jordan Whitehead goes to the Jets on a 2-year, $14.5 million deal. Mitchell Trubisky goes on a team-friendly deal to Pittsburgh, $14 million over 2 years. Connor Williams got a 2-year deal, $14 million. Daquan Jones goes to Buffalo on a 2-year, $14 million deal. Chase Edmonds got $12 million for 2 years to run the football in Miami. But Leo Nichols goes to Vegas on a 2-year, $11 million deal. Tyrod Taylor going to the Giants on a 2-year, $11 million deal. Jordan Hicks lands on his feet. He gets 2 years, $10 million going. DJ Chark. How about this, Maurice? You ought to like this. He goes from Jacksonville and he decides to join the Detroit Lions on a 1-year, $10 million deal. This is what's going on, man. This is the Sports Shop, man. I'm so glad that you joined me. I'm just giving you the news as it comes in. Man, I'm going to continue to do this. Thanks for joining me. Like and subscribe. Join me every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. I'm going to give you Keeping It Real Sports. We do it every Saturday morning. When we put it down, we keep it real. Hey, thanks for joining us. Till next time, I'm going to wish you love and peace. Deuces.